The featherweight bout between Ricardo Ramos and Austin Lingo, plus 328 for Lingo, minus 328 for Ricardo. Over under set at 2.5 rounds, minus 119 for the over, plus 119 for the under. The man of the spinning at back elbow, Ricardo Ramos. Are you taking him here? Or are you giving the dog a shot?
Giving the dog a shot here, man. I've been watching film on Austin Lingo. I mean, he's 9-1. It's not like he's a bum by any means. Not as much experience, obviously. Um, he was piecing up Luis Saldana at times, and Saldana and Ramos kind of have a similar style at times with that kickboxing. And what really stuck out to me when I'm breaking down the film is Tukugov, who we just saw fight and lose to a UFC debuter in a controversial decision, pieced up Ricardo Ramos and was finding the chin easily. I think Lingo has somewhat of a similar style. He's a really sharp boxer, and I think that could give Ramos some trouble. I think from a technical standpoint, Lingo is going to have the tighter shots. I think he's going to hold a little bit more power when they're just standing there boxing. And if he can kind of crowd Ramos, get him up against the cage and just rip the body early, try to gas him out a little bit, I think he's got a shot to do it. And I think the odds are way too wide here. I really do. I'm going to lean the underdog here. I mean, Ramos is obviously dangerous and he's a good fighter, but I'm surprised to see Lingo, a guy who has only lost one time in his career, at this big of an underdog here. I don't know. What are you thinking on this one?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same way as you. You really got to put yourself out there to take a plus 328 dog. And I mean, Ricardo Ramos, he fights very. I mean, he fights exciting, but he fights very like if you got that big chalk card on him, I'd be scared. I'd be scared because he fights all action. And what we saw against what Takurov did to him, that loss doesn't age very well. He was an underdog in that fight, but yeah, I just don't see how you can put Hamosh as this big of a favorite. I mean, he's pretty well rounded. He could go to the ground in this one. He's probably got that as an easier path to victory. But if he just stands and trades with Lingo, Lingo's got good hands. I mean, both guys are really hittable, but both guys throw pretty hard. Both guys throw a lot of different attacks at you. Hamosh, though, negative strike differential. Lingo is pretty much even. So if they're on the feet, this one's probably going to be stand and bang it out. Lingo trains with Jeff Neal. We just saw how that went for him. But I think it'd probably be a lot closer in this one. Lingo, he doesn't wear the damage very well. Look at the fights he's been in. He gets bloodied up, which I don't like as far as, how the judges will look at it. But he is pretty durable. He can take some shots. Ricardo Ramos kind of the same way. So this one's probably going to be a bloody one if it stands. And if it goes to decision, which where the odds are indicating it's probably going to go to decision, I don't like having that big of a chalk card on Ricardo Ramos. So does he win? Probably. He should win. I mean, he's over a 3-1 favorite. But if I'm betting, I'm not taking that. If I'm betting, I'm leaning the dog. I'd probably say dog or pass. That's pretty much all I got on that one. But the odds, I don't understand them. I really don't. Lingo, 80% takedown defense as well. Hasn't had quite the level of competition that Ramos has dealt with. I mean, Tahugov was okay. Liron Murphy was his other loss. Tahugov's not terrible, but he just got cut, so it's not a great look, and had to move up to 155. So, yeah. I mean, for the pick, I'm going to take Ricardo Ramos. He has a better ceiling, but nowhere near am I touching that kind of bet.
Yeah, and for me too, this is more of like a value play to where I don't think Lingo should be this big of an underdog. So it's like I almost have to take him if you're going to give me that much value on him. So yeah, I mean, Ramos should win, like you said, he should win the fight. But there is, a case for Austin Lingo making this thing close, and if he makes it close enough, it wouldn't be a bad thing to be holding that underdog ticket if it goes to the cards.
Yeah, all the values on them, and I'll definitely keep an eye on it. Maybe that line gets wider and there's enough value to pull the trigger.